Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. It has been a long time since I've posted a video on my personal channel just because me and my husband have a vlog channel that we post on weekly. So I don't spend as much time posting videos on here as I should, but I had the time today, so I thought that I would finally sit down and film my second trimester recap. So today I am 36 weeks and 3 days. I'm literally almost done with my pregnancy and I'm finally filming my second trimester recap, and then once the baby is here, I'll probably end up filming a third trimester recap, hopefully if I get the time. Let's go over how my second trimester went. I kept all of my notes from my first trimester, second trimester, and then right now for my third trimester as well. Just as symptoms come up, I have been just writing them down in here so I wouldn't forget. So I'm just gonna read off of this list and kind of talk about how my second trimester pregnancy went. The first thing that happened, it felt like almost immediately when I hit second trimester, was not sleeping well. My quality of sleep went down. I just wasn't able to fall asleep. I wasn't able to stay asleep. It was just like, boom, second trimester, you're not sleeping anymore. That was bad. At 16 weeks and 3 days is the first time that I officially felt the baby move. So at 14 weeks, I wrote down that I felt the baby move, but I'm not for sure that it actually was the baby or not. But 16 weeks was definitely like visible, like you could see the little tiny kick. It's the most amazing thing in the world to be able to feel your baby move inside of you, especially as a first-time mom. First time ever feeling your baby kick. It happened when I was laying down in bed, eating ice cream, of course, and he just went crazy. Also, we found out that he was a boy, I think around 15, 16 weeks is when we had our gender reveal. So I wrote down that I was having a lot of gas being trapped like up above my belly, and it was super painful. It was almost like everything inside of me is growing and the gas just was not able to like come out. Like it was just stuck up above my uterus, and that was happening for a couple of weeks and it was so painful. I hated it. And then I wrote down at 16 weeks and 5 days, the baby was kicking like crazy. And then March 22nd, Aiden felt the baby kick for the first time, which was so amazing. I am lucky enough to have my placenta be sitting behind the baby, so the baby is all up front. Like I can feel his butt, his head, his legs, everything. I'm able to feel it. So right off the get-go, we were able to see his little kicks and all of that, and I got to feel him really early on. And then I started to have some pain in the lower front areas and my lower back as well, which actually resolved itself pretty quickly. I think it only lasted a few months where my muscles were kind of just like being pulled and they were super sore. I started going to a prenatal chiropractor at 19 weeks pregnant, and I'm still going to her currently, and I really highly recommend that you guys do this. She is working on my body to help open up my hips, to help relieve stress in areas that are really hurting, that are not feeling well. I've had pains that would last weeks and then we just continued to work on them and I don't have them anymore. I just really highly recommend finding yourself a really good prenatal chiropractor. I have loved seeing her and I'm going to continue to see her postpartum, and I'm also going to be taking our baby to get adjusted by her as well. So highly recommend going to a chiropractor. So at 21 weeks is when I finally wasn't able to sit straight up, like sit in a chair and be comfortable. You pregnant ladies will understand, but like when you're sitting in a chair, you're most likely gonna be like leaned back a little bit because you don't want to be like squishing the baby and it's just super uncomfortable. That started for me at 21 weeks. I also started to have a lot more Braxton Hicks. So I talked to a lot of moms, and a lot of moms tell me, oh, I never had Braxton Hicks, or I don't even know what Braxton Hicks are. For me, I'm very in tuned to my body, how I'm feeling, what things are going on. And I think maybe that's why I'm able to notice these things. I don't know, but I'm just very in tune with my body just as a person. That's just how I am. So for me, my Braxton Hicks are literally just my uterus tightening and just staying there for like a good 30 seconds to a minute. It's not painful. It's just uncomfortable because your uterus literally just feels like a brick, and you can poke it and you can feel the difference between when you're having a Braxton Hick and when you're not. So now that I'm in my 3rd trimester, a little sneak peek or hint, they are starting to get a little bit more painful and crampy. Okay, so at 23 weeks, I finally had my first painful kick. I was just sitting on my yoga ball, bouncing up and down, and he kicked like the front of my belly area, and it hurt so bad that I literally Googled, can a baby kick through the uterus? Like, that's how bad it hurt. For 3 weeks, I would say, I was scared every time he moved. I was like, don't hurt me, don't hurt me. So yeah, I had my very first painful kick at 23 weeks. And then I also started to notice that my belly was getting hairy. I have dark hair as it is. I'm a dark haired person, but I wouldn't say that I'm like hairy. Like, my arms are not that hairy. My hair on my arms and body is not that dark. But the hair on my stomach, literally I waxed it twice. I know they tell you don't wax your belly when you're pregnant, whatever, but I waxed it twice because it got that bad. I was like, I do not want this hair on my stomach. Like, this is not, I don't like it. In the middle of my 2nd trimester is when I really started to have bad heartburn. It used to be where I would eat something like pizza sauce or spaghetti or something acidic, and then a couple hours later I'd have a little bit of heartburn. But it started to get to the point where it's like I would just eat something and immediately have heartburn. So the only way that I'm able to combat that is drinking water to kind of help dilute the acid, and then I pop papaya enzymes like crazy. They are the best thing. They're very natural. They're not bad for you. They're actually an after food or an after eating supplement. So they help your body digest your food. So I always eat those every time I'm having heartburn. And that's the only thing that's able to kind of help subside it. I weighed myself at the very end of my 2nd trimester and I had not gained any weight. I actually got up to my pre-pregnancy weight. So my pre-pregnancy weight is like 110, 115. So I ended my 2nd trimester at 115. So that is my pre-pregnancy weight. So I was basically just gaining back all of the weight that I lost in my 1st trimester. I wrote down here on May 7th that my ribs started to hurt just from the pressure of him growing and just sitting on my ribs. They've started to get a little bit sore. We have had some complications, I would say, throughout this pregnancy. Nothing too crazy, but we were considered high risk for a little bit. We've had a lot of extra monitoring. Right now, I'm 36 weeks and every single week I'm having to get an ultrasound to check on the baby because he is at like the 10th percentile, which can be concerning, and he has a persistent right umbilical vein. So we've had just some slight issues, nothing too crazy. But when we were at our high risk appointment getting a growth scan done, he had the hiccups, and the technician told me, oh, he has the hiccups. I was like, really? And then so I just really like sat there silently to try to like feel them, and that was the first time I was actually able to feel his tiny little hiccups. So, and then ever since that appointment, I've been able to feel his hiccups every time he has them, and he has them like literally 3 to 5 times a day, always. Every single morning, right when I wake up, he gets them, and usually when I'm eating, he gets them, so he has them a lot. I also wrote down that I started getting really bad Charlie horses and leg cramps. I don't know if you've ever had them where you wake up in the middle of the night and you just want to cry because your cramps hurt so bad. Basically, it's a magnesium deficiency, which I have now gotten under control. But pretty much it for my 2nd trimester. This pregnancy has been super easy for me. 2nd trimester was not bad at all. It was pretty easy. This pregnancy has gone by extremely fast. So I'm just super thankful for how easy he has been on me. That is it for my second trimester recap. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Make sure that you subscribe, follow me on all of my social medias, and also subscribe to me and my husband's vlog channel. We are active on there weekly. We usually upload 1 to 2 videos a week. So if you'd like to see more of us and the birth vlog and all of that stuff that's going to be coming up here in the next few weeks, go ahead and subscribe to our channel. And my last update, I gave you guys a bump date, but I was still technically in my first trimester. But I guess I'll give you guys a bump update, even though I'm literally 36 weeks pregnant, so I'm way far past my second trimester. But this is my 36-week belly. Ugh. I can't even, like, my camera's at a horrible angle, but this is my 36-week belly. So there you go. Again, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one when I decide to upload another video to my personal channel. Bye, guys.